But what I'm learning is that I wish we had been told that it's just a stepping stone. And so you choose whatever you are passionate about or whatever that makes sense to you at that point, and be flexible. Have in mind that it's okay to deviate at some point. It's okay to stick with it to the end or deviate or be open to other things even as you go forward. I remember when I did my undergrad in mechanical engineering, and I earned a full scholarship to study PhD in aerospace engineering at the University of Oxford directly from undergrad. And I remember some of my friends questioning it, and to be honest, to be fair, I don't think it was only them. I was also questioning. And the question was, with a PhD from Oxford in aerospace, who will hire you in Kenya? And I think that was a question that was running in there. And as you know, in the curricula that I was in the 844 Kenyan system, we've been mostly taught to study hard, to pass exams so that you are employed. Everyone is looking at the employment at the end of the tunnel, which I think we are missing the point. That is a discussion for another day. But anyway, the question in my head was, who will hire me? And my friends were like, it will be so difficult for people to hire you. Why are you doing a PhD in aerospace? Anyway, at that point, I was just confining myself to that course, and I was also confining myself to the Kenyan market. Little did I know that literally God was opening doors for me, exposing me to the world, and letting me know, or allowing the world to be my oyster. And so don't confine yourself to the course, to the field of study you've chosen, especially in undergrad. Don't confine yourself to that course. Don't confine yourself to that town, to that city, to that country, to that continent. Literally, the world exists for us to enjoy. I mean, it's sad. Some of us with weak passports, we need visas, and most of those visas are denied anyway. We need visas to enjoy the world. But that doesn't mean that the world wasn't created for us to enjoy. And so just have that in mind, that even with the restrictions that we need to go through, the world exists for you to enjoy, to exist in it fully, confidently, and to maximize opportunities in the world. And so don't confine yourself to that field, to that little place where you are. You just do not know the opportunities that will happen. When I decided, you know what, I've gotten the scholarship, let me just do this PhD thing anyway, we will figure things as we go. Little did I know that there is an organization looking for people with advanced degrees in some of these fields to be consultants. And so anyway, in the end, I ended up discovering an entire field of consulting where you are hired to bring your experiences and expertise to do business consulting for, say, aerospace companies or engineering companies. And I've really loved it. And I did not know it actually existed. So don't limit yourself. Actually, if you're curious, if you have an advanced degree, JD, MD, postdoc, PhD, and you're curious about this path of management consulting, drop a comment down below, and I'm happy to add you to the masterclass list. I'm preparing a masterclass on this. Bottom line on this topic, choose the course of study, do your best, learn the most, leave a mark. And if you are at any point doubting the course you've chosen, or what path, whatever path you've chosen, I want you to watch Steve Jobs' commencement speech. And he talks about this thing that I just keep going back to that video. And then I fast forward to where he talks about the dots never connect looking forward. They only make sense looking backwards. They will make sense 5 years, 10 years when you look back. And all those random dots that didn't seem to make sense, they will magically connect and they will make absolute sense. And so whatever path you've chosen, march forward confidently, make the most out of it, learn from it, because down the line, there is a high chance that 5 years, 10 years, they will make sense.
If I had never dropped out, I would have never dropped in on that calligraphy class, and personal computers might not have the wonderful typography that they do. Of course, it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward when I was in college, but it was very, very clear looking backwards 10 years later. Again, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path, and that will make all the difference.